Hello everyone, welcome to Sunburned Albino plays Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony, episode 36. We're going to review all the bullets and all the information and make sure that we've got everything nailed down. So let's go through it all. Okay, Monokuma File 5, the victim's body was discovered in the hangar where the exisal is stored. The victim was crushed by a hydraulic press. For this reason, their remains cannot be identified. Hydraulic press controls are a short distance away. There are two buttons labeled up and down. It also features a safety function. The body was crushed and is unidentifiable. This is the important part right here in safety function is the hydraulic press's safety function causes it to stop when its infrared sensor detects a living thing. But if they're already dead in the press, then it wouldn't stop. So that's how that works. That seems pretty standard, obvious to me. Hatch's electronic lock. The two exisals at the crime scene, or at the scene of the crime. One was in storage with its cockpit closed. The other was in the middle of the hangar with its hatch open and its cockpit exposed. There's enough space for one person. There's an electronic lock only the Monokums can open unless somebody uses their electro hammer, probably. And again, Maki's is the only one that was not charged, presumably because it was used the night before. Bloodstain in the bathroom. A small puddle of blood is in the middle of the hangar's bathroom. Smaller bloodstains were found leading to the door out of the bathroom. Now this blood is either from some sort of attack, or it could just be Kaito coughing up blood again. I would wager a guess as to maybe this blood is Kaito coughing, and that's what leads him to enlist somebody to go try and find an antidote for whatever he was poisoned with, if he knew for a fact that he was poisoned. Or maybe Kokichi told him that he was poisoned, finally, and then he was like, oh yeah, okay. That's how you usually react when you find out. Alright, the large black case. The crossbow doesn't fit in the case unless it is disassembled, and the only person who knew how to assemble the crossbow was Maki and Kaito, and Shuichi, technically, because he watched. Unless Kokichi knew how to do it, just from being Ultimate Supreme Leader and knows how crossbows work. But otherwise, it should just be them. Found in the bathroom of the hangar's bathroom. The bathroom of the bathroom. The tips of all three arrows are wet with blood. That strikes me as fake. Like, I'm not even sure that, really, that any of the arrows were shot to begin with. I think they were, like, coated, like, stabbed into, or, like, dipped in blood, and then, like, they punctured a hole in Kaito's sleeve. Because remember, Kaito doesn't wear that sleeve, the one that has a hole in it, so it doesn't make sense for it to have a hole in it. Unless it was on purpose to be set up as the victim. The way it was found in the hydraulic press, the sleeve jutting out is so, like, obviously a ploy, you know? But then you gotta think, why would they do that? Oh, right, because they're both dead, is my hypothesis. So then Maki would... But why would Maki assume that Kaito was dead? Would she do that just so we would vote for Kokichi? But then, when it turned out to be wrong, why would she sacrifice the rest of us to get out? Like, what's the end game there is the motive, what I'm thinking. Anyway, the crossbow, it was stored in a large black case. It was complicated to assemble, would be difficult for anyone who wasn't taught how. Indeed. Small empty bottle found in the corner of the bathroom. The label is stained with blood, so the only visible word is poison. Determined to have come from the Ultimate Detective's research lab, but that was already a given, basically. This adds credence to the theory that Kaito has been poisoned this whole time. And possibly... But, like, we don't know what the effects are. A window roughly 8 inches wide. Too small for a person. An object could fit through it, such as a black case. Yeah, the black case would totally fit in there. Swipe pattern, as well as a bottle of poison, I suppose. A bloodstain that is smeared from the hangar's bathroom to the hydraulic press as though something was dragged. Bodies were dragged, which is, again, the fact that they were already dead when they were in the hydraulic press is why the safety function doesn't work. And even if two bodies were dragged, as long as they were dragged in the same pattern, like over the same line, it would still look like just one bloodstain drag. So that could still work. When the body was discovered, only the left sleeve was sticking out from the hydraulic press. A single small hole can be seen where the sleeve is sticking out. The left sleeve? Are we sure about that? Isn't the left sleeve the one that Kaito uses? Okay. Damn, maybe that part is wrong. But yeah, that's still like it's too obvious. But it is protected by an electric barrier, and if someone approaches it, an alarm will sound. The alarm can be disabled with the alarm remote. The control panel for the electric barrier is next to the shutter. It has marks on it as though it was struck by something sharp, such as the claw of an exisal, which I've already determined is how somebody else got in there. They piloted an exisal. One of the ones that was guarding Monokuma. Yeah, because the green one was guarding Monokuma the whole time, and then the green one ended up in the hangar by itself for no discernible reason other than somebody would have been controlling it. So, yeah, it would have been struck. And the other exisals wouldn't have reacted either, because Monokuma said that they were on autopilot to just watch Monokuma. They wouldn't have reacted to being attacked. But how would the other person know that? The only person who would know that would be Kokichi himself. Unless Maki did some real super scouting, which I guess she could have. Kibo's account: the night before the body was discovered, Himiko was seen going to the hangar and coming back. She had a black bag with her, but she didn't have it when she came back. That's the large black case. That's what had the crossbow in it. Motive for Himiko doing that is not available at this time, but, you know, I assume we'll find that out. Then we have the used electrohammer. Electrohammers can disable any electronic device they're used on, but they run out of power very quickly, and a single use on an exisal will completely drain an electrohammer. That very specifically is definitely what happened. So if the exisal was piloted, that means 100% that this used electrohammer was used on it and not for something else. They require 24 hours of charging to be usable again. So used electrohammer and exisal being piloted are unequivocally connected to each other. The day before the body was discovered, the exisal surrounding Monokuma in the courtyard were given commands to observe his movements via the remote control Kokichi had. Yeah, already talked about that. The electro bomb. There's 3 of these. Kokichi had 2 and Maki had 1. We don't know how many were used. The only one we know for sure was used was the one that Maki had, because we used it to get inside in order to find what was crushed in the press. However, the other exisals around Monokuma were disabled. Or at least they weren't moving. So you wonder if somebody used a bomb on all of these, but if that was the case, they wouldn't be able to pilot it. So I don't think that's what happened. Alright, then we have poison. There are many poisons lined up on the shelves in the Ultimate Detectives Research Lab. Out of all of them, only the Strike 9 poison bottle had less poison in it, which is something that would be, like, fucking impossible to notice. But out of all of them... Oh, we already said that. It takes some time for Strike 9 to fully take effect, but it is 100% fatal even if a small amount enters the body. Some time? How much time? You know? If this was indeed the poison that Kaito was poisoned with, when did Kaito start showing signs? It was during when we thought it was about being scared, right? It was during the Korekiyo investigation where Angie and Tenko were dead. That's when he started. But we totally didn't have access to the Ultimate Detectives lab at that point. So only the mastermind could have poisoned Kaito, as they would have access to the rest of the building, assumedly. Excuse me. Which means the person who poisoned Kaito a long-ass time ago was either Kokichi or the real mastermind. Because I'm still I'm still thinking Kokichi's not the real mastermind. I think he's just putting on a show, and maybe he wants to draw out the real mastermind. Anyway. Found stuffed in the toilet in the hangar's bathroom, Kokichi's clothes. Small holes were found in the back and on one sleeve. Both holes had traces of blood around them. So, either stabbed or shot with an arrow in the back and the sleeve. I don't know why whoever killed these guys, like, loves just shooting people in their sleeves, but that's what happened. And then Kokichi's disappearance. No one had seen Kokichi during the entire investigation or up until the start of the class trial. Alright, that's everything. I think I've got a good grasp on this trial. There's some things that are going to need to be explained to me, but you know, we're still good. I don't think I'll flounder too much.
Ahem! Now then, let's begin with during the trial.
Yeah,
you misspoke correctly.
Explanation of the trial.
I'll punish everyone besides the Blackened, and that person will graduate.
Graduation is meaningless here. We already know that. We don't need your rules anymore. We'll find our own reasons to live. And we'll do whatever it takes to survive.
Wow! An actual talking robot! I've never seen one of those before.
Seriously?
What happened to Kokichi? Why isn't he here?
Aw, don't make that face, killer. This case has some unique circumstances.
Unique circumstances?
'Cause for this murder, the victim's identity is completely unknown. Given these circumstances, I decided to start off this class trial while the victim is still anonymous. After all, it'd be a shame if I let such a rare opportunity go to waste.
Is that possible? I thought everyone had to participate in the class trial.
Don't worry, the person who's still alive is waiting behind the scenes for their cue. It's all part of the overall production. Anyway, let's get this trial moving!
I guess we have no choice but to start the trial under these conditions.
The person behind the scenes is waiting? Well, that throws the 2 dead bodies out the window.
What's there to even talk about? The Blackened is the mastermind, Kokichi. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of, too.
It's too soon to decide anything for certain. We don't even know if Kaito was the victim.
How long are you going to say that? The victim is Kaito. End of discussion.
But we need to be absolutely sure. If we don't positively identify the victim, the other person will never show themselves, right?
Before we can identify a suspect, we need to determine who the victim is.
Why are we even talking about something so obvious? What a pain.
Everyone thinks that Kaito is the victim, but I have my doubts. There's a chance Kaito is still alive. If we keep discussing the case, I'm sure we'll see the truth. You're damn right we will. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. File 5, hydraulic press, Kaito's coat, Kibo's account,
The
Kokichi's
victim
clothes,
has to be
Kokichi's
Kaito.
disappearance.
Kaito was taken prisoner by Kokichi,
Yeah,
so he could have killed him whenever he wanted.
true fact.
And the hydraulic press had his clothes inside.
Kokichi
Yeah.
can't be the victim because there's no evidence for it. So the victim must be Kaito.
There's no evidence for it. Excuse me,
And the
Kokichi's
culprit
clothes.
must be Kokichi.
100% refutes that shit. Alright.
The victim has to be Kaito.
Maki, this is your
And
own
the
fault for
hydraulic
not
press
helping
is the
investigate, alright? This is why
Kokichi
you're an
can't be the
idiot in
victim
this
because there's
trial,
no-
which I don't like at all, but that's the way it is.
That's wrong! I have evidence that points to Kokichi being the victim. I found this in the hangar.
Is that Kokichi's coat?
Yes, and look here. There are bloodstains on the sleeve. That would indicate that Kokichi suffered an external injury, correct?
Kokichi was injured?
The fact that these were flushed down the toilet implies that they are evidence of a crime.
What about it? Kaito's clothes were in the hydraulic press. As long as we have that evidence, there's no doubt that Kaito was the one murdered.
Yeah, that's right. It's one of those irrefutable evidence thingies.
Ever since she found the body in the hangar, Maki's insisted that it's Kaito's. But why is that? I thought we had an understanding. I thought she'd want to believe Kaito was still alive. Either way, it seems Maki is hung up on Kaito's clothes. In that case, I need to demonstrate the flaw in relying on that evidence. If I do that, I think she'll realize there's a chance that Kaito was alive.
Actually, there's something bothering me about the clothes found in the hydraulic press.
Yeah? What about them?
There's something peculiar about those clothes. There's something peculiar at the sleeve of the jacket.
That's it! Why was only the sleeve sticking out of the hydraulic press? If Kaito had been crushed by the press, the sleeve shouldn't have been empty. There should have been an arm inside the sleeve as well. So the fact that we found an empty sleeve should...
Shall I kill that logic?
Huh?
You're dumber than I thought if I have to go out of my way to explain it to you. If you can't even see that, then be quiet. Otherwise, you're just annoying me.
Maki, why did it have to come to this?
The coat sleeve sticking out of the hydraulic press is rather telling.
Really? Why?
It couldn't have been anyone else but Kaito. If you can't see that, then you weren't looking hard enough.
I don't know what we
I
should
wasn't
use here.
looking hard enough. What do you mean?
He always dressed himself in a rather odd manner. He never put his arms through his coat sleeves.
That's wrong.
I'll cut
Only
through your
one
words.
of them was, yeah. So, yeah. I know what I'm
Yes,
doing.
It's true. Kaito never put his arm through his sleeve. But that was just his right arm. He wore his left sleeve normally. And
Yeah,
the left
see, I
sleeve
was
the
right.
one we found outside the press. Knowing how Kaito wore his coat, that's awfully strange, isn't it?
Then maybe neither of his arms were through the sleeves.
Huh?
It's a possibility. In the end, your reasoning is full of holes. Stop getting in my way. I have to defeat Kokichi.
Maki, what's really going on? Seems you've made up your mind that Kaito is definitely dead. But why would you do that?
It's like Maki said, though. Kaito's gotta be the victim. Because if Kokichi, the mastermind, was dead, the killing game would be over.
Yeah, that's true.
Monokuma, hurry up and bring Kokichi here. We already know who the victim is.
Huh? Already? You sure it's not too soon?
We need the suspect present, now that he's the subject of our discussion.
Gotcha. I guess I'll bring him out now. Hey, Mr. Suspect! That's your cue!
An exisal?
What? Why is an exisal here?
Haha, whoops. My bad. Seems like I gave you guys a scare, huh?
Told ya. What is this?
Is that Kaito's voice?
Kaito?
There was a lot going on, so I just hid in an exisal and kinda dozed off. And that's why I'm so late. Anyway, what's going on, guys?
Hold on. Then the one that died wasn't Kaito.
Stupid! That was just a lie! You guys thought I died? I would never! No way!
What?
Kokichi?
I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry.
Wow, that's old. How old are you?
I thought as much. Your appearance right now is fit for a lowly asshole like you.
You're making me blush. You're getting so angry over me.
Is that really you, Kokichi?
That's right, Crackerjack.
Seriously, how old are you?
Then why are you hiding in there? Show yourself!
Oh, this is more for self-defense. Little Miss Cranky Pants would kill me if I showed myself. I understand how you guys must feel. You can't believe it because I'm like this, right? That's what I thought. In that case, I brought evidence.
Is there like a voice modulator in there?
Ta-da! The video camera. It was in the warehouse, but I brought it to the hangar, just in case. Man, that was a smart move. Thanks to this, I filmed it so everyone could see it clearly the moment the victim died.
What did you say?
Alrighty then! Let's watch this shocking moment. Hey, Monokuma! Can you connect the video camera to the monitor?
Roger that!
Monokuma grabbed the camera from the exisal, hooked it up to the courtroom's monitor, and played the tape for us.
Huh? Kaito?
This is terrible! Why would something like this?
I saw it through my fingers. The moment Kaito was crushed. I'm gonna...
By the way, I'd like to add that this footage has not been doctored in any way. This video camera only has the basic functions. Just the play, record, and pause buttons, so you can't edit after filming it. And of course, I didn't upload it to a computer to edit it either. Right, Monokuma? Oh, you can talk. Your answer is necessary for a fair discussion.
I see. If it's necessary for a fair discussion, then I will answer. No trace of that footage was found on any of the computers inside the Academy.
See? If it wasn't connected to any computer, then editing the footage would be impossible. Which means this footage is 100% real.
If that's the case, then it would seem our suspicions can be lifted. The body we found inside the hangar, crushed in the hydraulic press, is definitely Kaito.
The murder video has been recorded. View it from the Truth Bullet menu. Was that really him?
Poor Kaito. I can't believe he died such a horrible death. I can't believe he died with his guts and his brains splattered all over that machine.
Stop it! Now I'm starting to not feel well.
That's probably because I used my magic to transfer all my barf over to you.
Eh.
I know that's a joke, but the thought of it...
Why? Why was Kaito killed? Kokichi had no reason to kill Kaito. He had just told us all that he was the mastermind, that the killing game was over. So what would he gain by killing Kaito?
It looks like you finally believe that I'm the one in this exisal.
Yes. With that, we can definitively say that the culprit is... you.
Huh? Why?
You filmed the moment the victim died, which means you were present at the scene. As the person who filmed this footage, You're the only one who could be the culprit.
But if the culprit shot the video, why would they go out of their way to show it?
Oh man, you got me! Yeah, I'm the culprit.
What?
Jeez, I totally dug my own grave. Here's the truth. I decided to participate in this trial in an exisal after I killed Kaito. Of course, it was mostly to make the victim unknown. To jazz up this trial, I took that footage for proof so I could reveal it after you guys get the correct answer. But I totally spaced out. I wasn't supposed to show it right away.
So does that mean you admit to the crime?
Oh, man. I dug my own grave again? Well, I don't think you guys will believe any of the excuses I make now. So, I give up.
We're giving up? Does that mean it's been decided?
Is it okay that this trial was so short?
That's fine. We knew from the very start that Kokichi was the killer. But before we vote, I want to say something to Kokichi. You may be the mastermind, but I won't let you escape after you violated the rules. That would desecrate the killing game Junko Enoshima created, right? Your beloved Junko Enoshima.
Junko?
Whatever. It's voting time now. Let's go before Kokichi changes his...
No, hold on a second. This isn't right. The culprit comes in, confesses to the crime, and the trial ends? That's not how this goes. That doesn't sound like the kind of game Kokichi or Monokuma or Junko would play.
What if the mastermind got tired of it? The remnants of despair were like that.
No, if they were tired of it, they wouldn't have put all that effort into the video. There would have been no need for this class trial in the first place. Something's not right. We need to get a better feel for this situation. I think Kokichi has some sort of plan. He's trying to trap us.
Trap us? Are you saying Kokichi isn't the culprit? Then, are you suggesting one of us is the culprit?
What?
If it's not Kokichi, then the culprit must be one of us.
One of us?
That's not possible!
No, I didn't say that. I was just saying it's dangerous to trust Kokichi.
Shuichi is so distrusting. But it's exactly like Shuichi said. I'm actually not the culprit.
Seriously?
What? But that contradicts what you said previously.
Yuppers, that was a lie. Sorry, I lied again. The real culprit of this case is super bad at hiding themselves, so I thought I could help. I pretended to be the culprit by using the footage. It made the game more interesting, too.
Are you serious?
What's the truth and what's a lie? I don't know anymore.
It's fine, because Kokichi is the culprit. He killed Kaito. No matter how much he deceives us, it won't change our minds. The footage shows he did it. Kokichi has to be the only option.
The only option? Is that really true? Are we just going to leave it at that? Alright, let's see what we have.
There's no doubt that Kokichi is the culprit. We all saw that footage from earlier, right?
What do we got?
Kaito got crushed to death.
No.
Horrible video.
Nope.
Whoever committed that crime
That's already
was
it.
with Kaito in the hangar. Which just leaves Kokichi then. Kokichi's one of the masterminds of this entire trial.
Bam. Go all the way back.
There's no doubt that Kokichi...
Kokichi is the culprit. We all saw that footage from earlier, right?
Kaito got crushed to death.
Bam.
That's wrong! The safety function would make it impossible to kill Kaito with the press.
A safety function.
Yes, it was written on the safety precautions. The hydraulic press will automatically stop if its infrared sensor detects a living organism.
So the hydraulic press won't move at all if there's a living person under it?
Which is why it couldn't have been used to kill Kaito.
Which means it's more likely that Kaito was crushed after being killed by some other means.
what we saw in that video. He was already dead by then?
But you could disable the infrared sensor of the safety function with an electro bomb.
No. I don't think Kokichi would use an electro bomb for that purpose. It would have taken down the hangar's alarm system and the Exosoul's remote control.
It would have put Kokichi at a significant disadvantage.
But you can't be too sure I wouldn't do that. I'm the type who would do anything for fun.
Also, we don't have any evidence of a different murder method other than the hydraulic
No, we do. I have a plausible theory for the murder.
What?
You know this, Maki, if you fucking help. Yes, there is a clue that suggests the victim was killed before being crushed. I found it somewhere around the hydraulic press. You did? Oh, is it the swipe pattern bloodstain then?
This is it! There was a swipe pattern bloodstain in the hangar, suggesting a body was dragged. The bloodstain goes from the bathroom all the way to the press.
Oh, that was the restroom where Kaito was being held, wasn't it?
Bloodstains were also found inside the bathroom. That can't be coincidence.
So Kaito was killed in the restroom, then dragged to the press and crushed?
If the bloodstain even was Kaito's.
What?
We only guessed that Kaito was killed in the bathroom. Since his body was crushed, we'll never know if Kaito died some other way.
We might not be able to examine the body, but we do have evidence that suggests a cause of death. Is it the hole?
There! The small hole on the sleeve of Kaito's coat is the key to his cause of death.
The small hole? No. There is no way that hole's got anything to do with the weapon. I'll hit you with my everything you buy will go on sale the next day curse.
Yeah, you would say that, Himiko. You would say that as you are the one who delivered it.
Why are you freaking out all of a sudden?
I'm not freaking out. I'm just saying it's impossible for the weapon to be that small.
No, it's not impossible. I can show you. The weapon that left that small hole in Kaito's sleeve. Excuse me?
Oh no!
The arrow, Don't you fucking dare do this.
This is it!
Holy shit, no. I am gonna put my goddamn foot down.
Was the crossbow found in the bathroom?
Oh, really? Did you kill someone with a crossbow? Or did you kill someone with an arrow fired from a crossbow? What's the murder weapon? Is it a gun or a bullet? You fucking idiot.
A crossbow arrow would certainly leave a hole that small.
Yeah, the arrow would!
Can we then conclude
Semantics
that Kaito was
get me
shot with
again.
that crossbow? If so, that crossbow just might be the actual murder weapon used to kill Kaito.
I see. It's so surprising that a crossbow is the murder weapon.
Seriously, Himiko, what's wrong?
She probably needs to pee. Anyway, about Kaito getting shot. If that was his cause of death, then I wonder who shot him with the crossbow. Well, I already know, but I won't tell you.
He's just playing with us.
Then let's show him that playtime is over. Let's show him that the students of Hope's Peak Academy will never submit to despair.
Hope? Despair?
Bathroom window, I assume? They're gonna go like, how did he get
What
the
a mystery,
crossbow?
right guys?
Who else but you could have done it?
The shot would need to be fired from inside the hangar to hit Kaito.
We couldn't go in the hangar. The alarm system and electric barrier were in the way.
If we couldn't go in the hangar,
He was shot through the window?
and Kokichi had been in there, then he must be the one.
I see. So I'm the culprit.
Oh. Interesting.
I wonder who shot Kaito with the crossbow.
Alright.
What a mystery!
Who else but you?
The shot would need to be fired from inside the hangar to hit Kaito.
Nope.
That's wrong!
Geez, Maki, I am deflecting all of your statements.
Even without going in the hangar, it was possible to land a shot with a crossbow. There was a window in the bathroom of the hangar. Maybe it wasn't possible to get in, but you could have shot through the window. And remember that Kaito was confined to the bathroom.
So if they shot Kaito through the window, they could have killed him in the hangar. Which means the murder suspect list grows to 6 people, including me!
What did you say?
But put plainly, that means
It seems Shuichi wants to make one of us the culprit. Is that it? Is that what a detective does?
Huh?
Do detectives always accuse people, even when they're friends? It seems like it. You suspected Kaito in the previous class trial, too. You're always suspicious of your friends.
What's wrong, Maki? You seem like you're kind of on edge.
Of course I am. When we said we would defeat the remnants of despair, someone got in our way.
No, you don't understand. I'm not trying to...
It doesn't matter how much you get in my way. I will absolutely defeat Kokichi. I won't let despair escape. I won't let it win.
Now, let's stop this boring fight and continue on with the not-so-boring trial. So we all agree that the murder could be done by anyone and not just me, right?
That might be true, but I didn't know about the window.
Neither did I.
Really, Himiko? What's the matter? You've been weird since we mentioned small holes.
What? Are you after my small hole too?
See? Now that's definitely weird.
Look at it this way. Just because the culprit could be anyone, not everyone is a suspect. We can pretty much narrow it down to anyone who knew about the crossbow.
I never knew about any crossbows. In other words, I'm not suspicious. There's no way you can consider me.
It does concern me that Himiko went to the hangar last night.
Whoa, really? You went to the hangar, Himiko?
Yes, she did. I definitely saw her.
You were watching me?
It's awfully suspicious that you went to the hangar last night. Okay, then the culprit is Himiko.
Wait! Don't say it's me! Maki's more suspicious than I am.
What?
That crossbow came from your research lab, right? You could have gotten that crossbow whenever you wanted.
Anyone could have gone to her research lab, though. She's not the only suspect.
I don't know about that. She's definitely the most suspicious. Even if you make that scary face at me, I'm not gonna get scared.
Because if you start panicking, then we'll know that you're the culprit.
I said I'm not the culprit! I swear! Kokichi's the suspicious one! Maki too! They're both the culprits!
Why am I a suspect? Anyone could have entered my research lab.
Yeah, I'll admit that I'm suspicious. Okay, maybe I am the culprit. Maybe
no,
I'm the
I'm the
culprit!
culprit.
Oh boy. I mean, if anyone's gonna say something refutable, it's gonna be Himiko, right? So what do we have? Large black case? Kibo's account?
Number one suspect, because I was in the hangar.
Went to the hangar, but
I was the one punishing my magic!
the punishment magic.
What do you
Did
mean
not
with
come from the
punishing your
crossbow.
magic?
That comes
There's
from
a
me.
good
I
magic
could have
source
gotten it
around
from
here.
her research
Source,
lab.
yep, that's all fine.
So I went
Then
there
who
and
actually
found it.
Empty-handed my ass! What?
Damn it!
What? The large black case for...
Number one suspect,
Do I have to use
because I was in
Kibo's
the
account?
hangar.
That's so stupid. Dude. Kibo's account involves you holding a large black case!
I heard it! You said that you went to the hangar empty-handed, but that's a lie, isn't it?
What are you talking about? It's not a lie.
But Kibo saw you. He said you were headed toward the hangar carrying a large black bag.
Yes, Himiko was definitely carrying a large black bag.
No! That was probably Tsumugi cosplaying as me!
You know I can't cosplay as someone unless they're a fictional character.
Himiko, this is the bag you were carrying, isn't it?
That's the crossbow case.
There's no mistake. That is the bag I saw Himiko carrying.
What? Hold on. Himiko went to the hangar with a crossbow?
Uh-oh. Well, it's decided then.
Wait! That's wrong! I just brought it there. I didn't shoot it! It's the truth! Please believe me!
You're right. I believe you. Himiko is totally telling the truth.
Not you! If you believe me, it makes me look like I'm lying!
That is true. But can we really trust Himiko here? She was acting very suspiciously. Okay, what we got?
I'm not the culprit!
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, she wouldn't have known how to set it up.
Yep, that's true too.
And I didn't even use the crossbow!
I believe that. Ah!
Another true statement.
I hate when it moves. That's such an
all.
unnecessary
I didn't do
thing.
anything else in the hangar!
Well, I don't believe you
100%
didn't do anything else in
exactamundo.
the hangar, but...
Why does this all sound so fishy?
You won't shut up!
Carry the case.
Yep, that's
And I didn't even...
Go now.
Crossbow!
Gotcha.
I agree. I don't think Himiko used the crossbow. More accurately, she couldn't use it.
Couldn't use it? Why not?
The crossbow inside this case was disassembled. Kaito and I learned how to assemble the crossbow from Maki, so we could have done it. But I don't believe someone without the proper training could have assembled it.
Well, what if Maki taught Himiko how to assemble the crossbow?
She didn't teach me that! Right, Maki? What's wrong? Are you mad about before? Sorry. I thought they were gonna suspect me, so I lied.
I really have to question your morals if you're blaming Maki for your lie, Himiko.
I don't think you're allowed to say something like that.
I'm sorry, Maki. Please, can you tell them the truth?
Fine. I'm not going to lie. I didn't teach Himiko how to assemble the crossbow. She couldn't have used it.
See? I told you! It's just like I said. Everyone who suspected me needs to apologize right now!
She changed back so fast. I think I might have whiplash now.
Then, why did you bring the crossbow to the hangar, Himiko?
I was asked to.
Asked to. Perhaps the person who asked was...
That's it! Was it Kaito?
Huh? Kaito?
Only Kaito or Kokichi would have asked for a crossbow to be brought to the hangar. Because Kaito knows how to assemble the crossbow, he certainly could have used it. Knowing that, I can't imagine that anyone else would have asked Himiko.
I do not think she would bring it at Kokichi's request.
Of course not. Why would I ever listen to Kokichi?
Cause I know you like me.
Nuh-uh! I hate you!
But I like you.
Not
Hey,
bad.
don't play with Himiko's heart.
But to think that Kaito asked Himiko to do that. Maybe Kaito is trying to keep the promise we made yesterday. Don't you worry, I'll do something about all this. That's a promise. All you guys are working so hard, so I can't just sit back and relax.
But why were you keeping that a secret, Himiko?
Well, Kaito sorta asked me to keep it a secret. Then Kaito died and I got scared. I thought it was gonna be next.
You're the worst for trying to pin the blame on Maki just for that reason. Maki, teach this dumb monkey the true terror of human beings.
Don't bully the person you like.
This is way beyond bullying a grade school crush.
Himiko, when exactly did Kaito ask you to do this?
I think it was around evening yesterday. I was so nervous about fighting Kokichi, I couldn't get to sleep. So I took a walk near the hangar, and that's when Kaito called out to me. I got startled and wet myself a little, and then he asked me to get him a crossbow.
That one part was, you know what? Never mind. So if Kaito asked for a crossbow, does that mean he was going to kill Kokichi?
No, he said it was to disable Kokichi. I wouldn't have helped him otherwise. I trusted Kaito and took a crossbow from Maki's lab.
That's when I witnessed Himiko.
But then, what did Kaito do after he had the crossbow?
I don't know. I just handed him the crossbow, then went right back to the dorm.
Presumably, Kaito tried to attack Kokichi, only to be disarmed of the crossbow. And then, Kokichi returned fire and shot Kaito. That sequence of events seems logical.
No, it happened a little differently. Both Kaito and Kokichi shot the crossbow.
And there's proof of that. 3 arrows, I assume? Also possible to shoot all... I guess, but... Kaito's coat? Oh. Kokichi's clothes?
This is it!
Yeah, okay.
Remember that when we found Kokichi's clothes, there were holes in the back and sleeve. The same kind of hole that was found in Kaito's coat.
So Kokichi was shot by the crossbow too?
Then it was Kaito who shot him, right?
I'm not sure. I don't remember anything like that.
You don't remember whether or not you were shot?
There is no doubt that they shot each other with the crossbow, but...
It doesn't matter.
Huh?
It doesn't matter what happened in between. In the end, Kokichi killed Kaito.
Maki's been acting strangely. But why? Does she know something? If so, what does she know?
Maybe Maki's right. It doesn't matter what happened in the middle. Because in the end, there's no mistake that Kokichi killed Kaito.
Then let's hurry up and vote.
No, it's too soon. There are still mysteries.
Who cares about that? We already know who the culprit is.
You sure about that?
Huh?
What? Now he's joining in?
As the one running this trial, it bothers me when anyone says mysteries don't matter. It affects the overall entertainment value, so I encourage you to really think about things. After all, there should be some mysteries that still matter. For example, is Kokichi really inside that exisal? Stuff like that.
What?
What are you saying? We already finished that discussion a while ago.
Kokichi's gotta still be alive since the killing game's still going. His voice is even coming from the exisal and everything.
But we heard it speak in Kaito's voice earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, don't rely on that. After all, this exisal has a voice changer.
It what?
Ha!
I
Because of
told
that,
you
nobody
guys.
realizes I'm pretending to be Kokichi. But no more! Sorry for the wait, guys. The luminary of the stars has arrived. This time for real.
What? What's going on?
I told you, I'm Kaito. I was just pretending to be Kokichi is all. There's a bit of a situation going on, so I didn't really have a choice. Sorry about tricking you guys like that. My bad.
Huh? So Kaito's in there after all?
Don't be stupid. How many times are you going to be tricked by him? That's Kokichi pretending to be Kaito.
Hey now, Maki Roll. Don't you believe me?
Don't ever call me that!
Whoa there, chill. You really think I'm Kokichi? I mean, I guess I understand. Sorry, I can't really get out of this thing right now.
Why not?
I can't move because of the injury I got from Kokichi. It's so bad I can't even stand. That's why I'm in this exisal.
Is that so?
But if you guys don't believe me, then we can't move on. So, you're up, Shuichi.
What? Me?
Explain to everyone how I wasn't the one that died.
Kaito was alive after all. No, maybe that's just what I want to believe. Is it really true? What story does the evidence tell? Does that story end with Kaito or Kokichi being the victim? I need to give a well-reasoned answer to that question, and soon. I can't look away from the truth. The victim of this case is... I mean, the video, you know? I'm trying, I really am, but I can't think of anyone other than Kaito. Most of the evidence we have points to Kaito.
Hey, what's the matter, Shuichi? Just hurry up and tell everyone why I'm not dead. Should be easy.
No, I won't. Because you're not Kaito. Kaito is already dead.
Despair will never die! Good, good! This is already more entertaining! Now, the Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds! All right, let's give it everything we've got!
Alright, split opinion right off the... Well, not right off the bat, we're like 52 minutes in, but you know what I'm saying. Kaito is in fact dead, there's video evidence. And it wasn't doctored in any way, according to anybody. There's no question that he's dead. The question still can remain is if he's the only one that's dead.
I suspect that Kaito is inside the exisal.
I got this! Unless he comes out of the exisal, we can't confirm that.
But he said that he can't leave the exisal because he's injured.
Maki!
Anyone who knows about Kaito's injury can make that claim.
Is it possible that Kokichi got crushed instead of...
Maki!
Did you watch the footage? Kaito was the one who got crushed.
But there was an arrow hole on Kokichi's shirt.
I got this! Kaito's clothes had arrow holes too.
I want to believe Kaito is still alive and defeated the Mastermind.
I got this! Because the evidence doesn't support the claim that Kaito is still alive.
Why are you so
You used the
opposed
word
to Kaito?
alive and mastermind.
Because
How
the
was I supposed to know
evidence
which
doesn't
one?
support the claim that Kaito is still alive.
That's some bull. That's cheap
I want
shit.
to believe Kaito is...
I suspect that Kaito is inside the exisal.
I got this!
So
Unless he comes
stupid.
out of the exisal, we can't confirm that.
Like that's such a. That's
Said that he
actually
can't
such
leave the
like
exisal because
a
Maki.
intentional middle
Anyone who
finger.
knows about Kaito's injury can make that claim.
Is it possible
Ah,
that
we're gonna make him do it again.
Did you watch the footage? Kaito was the one who got crushed.
But there was an arrow.
I got this! Kaito's clothes had arrow holes too.
I want to believe Kaito is still alive and defeated...
Maki!
The mastermind is still alive. Inside that exisal.
Why are you...
I got this! Because the evidence doesn't support the claim that Kaito is still alive.
Oh, now I gotta mash it! Mash it! Get wrecked!
This is our answer.
When me and Maki work as a team.
I don't want to believe it. In a way, I still can't.
I mean, does it turn out that Maki was right at the beginning? Yes, but she was refusing to look at the evidence, so she was still in the wrong in that way.
But the evidence shows that Kaito must be the one who died.
Because we still don't know it was Kokichi who did it, who finished it off.
I hate it so much. But it's the truth.
I see. If that's the conclusion you've arrived at, Shuichi, then there must be no mistake.
Then the one here is...
Looks like I messed around too much.
Sorry, that was just a little joke.
What a sick joke!
You're still an asshole.
True, and I can't forgive him. But we still need to stay calm, be rational. Because we need to get to the truth of Kaito's death.
Yeah! Just keep calm and carry on!
Why are you saying that? What part of that was calm?
Getting back on topic, why don't we examine the crossbow a little more closely? I think we need to get all the facts straight, so we don't fall for any more lies.
I agree, but... What do you think, Maki?
Fine.
Okay, let's discuss that then.
Why are you acting like you're in charge of things?
So if we assume that Kaito and I shot each other with the crossbow, then the most efficient way to solve this is to set up a timeline of events.
Hey, I said, why are you...
Alrighty then! Let the debate begin!
What's it gonna be? Something about the crossbow, timeline of events, 3 arrows.
When the crossbow fired,
It has to be 3 arrows.
what was even going on?
I've been trying to make 3 arrows work for like the entire
there.
trial. And it's
The
always been something
crossbow
else.
was in Kaito's possession first.
Yeah?
He probably fired the first shot at Kokichi too.
Yeah, I could.
Then
deal with
Kokichi
that.
disarmed Kaito, took the crossbow,
Sure.
and returned fire.
Okay.
I didn't take the crossbow from Kaito.
Oh,
I secretly brought a different one.
that's a lie, obviously.
But only one crossbow was taken. The other 2 are still in my research lab.
Yeah.
Still, only one arrow was fired.
No.
That's wrong! Wait, Himiko. What do you mean, 1 arrow?
Well, I only gave Kaito 1 arrow, so...
Oh. What?
Are you positive?
Of course! There's no way I got that wrong.
Well then, that's strange, because... there were 3 arrows in the bathroom, remember?
That points it straight to Maki.
3? I know I only gave him 1! Kaito even told me to only bring him 1. He said he wanted to avoid fighting.
There were 3 arrows at the scene, but Himiko said she only brought 1. What is going on here?
Maybe Kokichi had some hidden away?
Why would Kokichi have 2 arrows when he didn't have a crossbow to fire them?
But we know for certain that 3 arrows were recovered from the scene. And all 3 arrows had blood on them.
And altogether, their clothes had 3 perforations in them. So we know for certain that they shot 3 arrows at each other.
Then where did those arrows come from? I don't think Himiko is lying. There must be some angle to this we haven't considered yet. What is it? What could have happened? Think. I need to think. Oh, Psych Taxi. Okay, here we go. We'll do Psych Taxi and then we'll end the episode and get on to part 2 and whatever. Missed him. Oh, missed him again. It throws me off that the squares aren't 1 letter each in the top. Like, it was square and then W, but H-O went in the square. Like, it's sometimes multiple letters. So there's also, like, no reason to even read it until after it's done, so I guess it's not that big a deal. How many arrows did Himiko give Kaito? 1. Truthfully, I really just don't see this case going any other way than Maki maybe missed a shot. If, okay, there were 2, but there were 2 holes in Kokichi. Oh, yeah, okay, then, yeah, Maki didn't miss a shot. I totally missed that Monokuma, by the way. For all the arrows inside the hangar from the start, I'm gonna say no, because that doesn't make any sense. If, you know, they shot each other, Kaito got... Okay, so if Kaito starts, Kaito fires the first bolt. Hits Kokichi. Kokichi disarms him, takes the second bolt, hits Kaito. How would Kaito then get the bolt back and hit him for the third? He wouldn't. The answer is then... But then if there's one... Maybe Maki missed a shot during the struggle and hit Kaito with... If only one bolt was available inside the hangar, only one could have been fired, that would have been Kaito. No! Who brought the 2 arrows? A third party. Kokichi would have disarmed him right away, shot 1 arrow. Then Maki would have brought a second crossbow with multiple arrows and shot Kokichi and killed him. But I think at that point, Kaito probably died from poison / the first arrow. So Maki had to crush him in the thing. And then Kokichi has disappeared because Maki knows where his body is and hid it somewhere.
A third party? So someone besides Kokichi or Himiko?
Because, yeah, and then Maki went to the Ultimate Detective's lab because she saw that he was dying of poison, and he was like, is there an antidote? Well, quick, Kaito, I'll find the antidote, don't worry. And then she goes and brings it back, but there's no antidote. He's already dead by the time she gets back. So then she has to... And she's the one who killed Kokichi, and the thing is still going, so now she has to kind of save her own ass, but at the same time, there's something else going on as well, maybe.
That's just a guess, though. There's no way a third party exists.
If a third party did exist, why would they bring 2 arrows?
Kaito was the only one with a crossbow. I made sure I handed it to him.
Kaito said he only needed 1 arrow. Clearly, he didn't want to fight.
Yeah, that's right.
So the other 2 arrows weren't for Kaito. They were for the third party to use themselves.
So the third party didn't hand the arrows through the window. Instead, they went into the hangar and shot the crossbow themselves?
Impossible. There was an alarm system and an electric barrier around the hangar.
Yeah. That hangar should have been completely closed off, right?
It was completely closed off? But can we confirm that? I feel like there might be another way. Some way that we haven't figured out yet. I'm overlooking something. Think. Oh, Hangman's Gambit. This is supposed to be over by now. They used... Well, that's 100% Exisal right there. That's... I'm glad. Finally, there's a Hangman's Gambit where the obvious answer is obvious. There it is. E... X... There's an X. X... I... Sol... Fastest Hangman's Gambit of all time.
That's it! The Exisal! The Exisal could be used to enter the hangar. We couldn't get in because of the alarm system and the electric barrier. But that shouldn't have been a problem for any of the Exisals, right? So if you wanted to enter the hangar, All you had to do was pilot an exosaw.
Yes, and that's going to do it for this episode. We're obviously continuing, and they're getting uploaded at the same time always, like they do. So, like, share, and subscribe, and whatnot, and stay tuned for the next one.